A new major update just released for Skyblock, and it added tons of new quality of life features and a lot of balance changes. The first thing this update added is in the Bazaar, there are now tons of new items that you can buy here. There are 79 enchants you can buy here. Basically any enchant that's not in an enchanting table, including ultimate enchants. And you can also buy any kind of essence, even crimson essence. Now items in the museum will have the prices of their enchants included in your net worth. One of the biggest parts of this update is the Hexatorum. You need the Prosperous Museum rank to use this, and if you put an item into it, it shows you any upgrades you can put onto the item, like enchants, recombobulators, gemstones, anything like that. And so you can apply them all from here, so you can max out your weapon more easily. And this works on weapons, armors, everything. The Hex will also buy items from the Bazaar and use enchant tables and other things to put the modifiers on your items. This update also changes the carpentry skill because each level now gives you 1 health, and all players, even if they don't have a rank, can level it up at the same speed. And they said that in the future, carpentry will have a lot more uses. The RNG meter for Slayers was also updated. Now you can select which item you want, and once you get to a certain amount of XP, you'll have a guaranteed chance of dropping it. But as you approach the amount of XP you need to drop it, you also get increased chances of getting it. Like if I select this Undead Catalyst, instead of 2% chance to get it, I have an over 5% chance of getting it, even though I'm not at the max RNG meter. They also added the RNG meter to dungeons, so this also works for dungeon items, like Necron's handles or giant swords. You can increase your dungeon's RNG meter by doing S runs or S plus runs. The S runs only give 70% as many points towards the RNG meter though. There are also 11 new stats that they added. They added 7 different wisdom stats for skills, and these are your XP boost towards the skill. Now instead of items giving a multiplicative bonus towards the skill, they just give you combat wisdom, which is only additive. So instead of having 2 30% bonuses, you'll only have 1 60% bonus, so you'll be making less skill experience. They also did the same thing with fishing speed and health regeneration. Now for fishing speed, you can get your max fishing speed at 300 of the fishing speed stat, and that will instantly get you particles in the water. They also added vitality and mending. Vitality increases incoming healing for yourself, and mending increases outgoing healing for healer abilities. There's a new area below the auction house called the Shen's auction, where every year they'll auction 10 or 20 of rare items, and the people who bid the most on it will get the item. There's also an item you can buy that lets you into an exclusive part of the auction where you can buy rotating items like pet skins and mythic rat pet. Right now this part of the auction house is closed, but you can see a little bit into it if you go down in this area. They also buffed a lot of enchants, including Protection, Flame, Rend, Combo, Swarm, and Bank. They nerfed a lot of Enderman Slayer items like the weapons, but they also decreased the health of all tiers of Enderman Slayer. They also made the bonuses from Legion, Renowned, the Superior Armor, and the Dragon Pet stack additive with each other instead of multiplicative. So if you're using multiple of these together, it won't be as strong anymore. They also reworked another one of the Ender Dragon's perks. Now instead of dealing 25% extra damage to end mobs multiplicatively, it's 2%. It's 200%, but it's additive now. They also changed the Golden Dragon Pet, so now instead of giving you 40% of your magic find to strength, it only gives you 0.5% extra strength per 5 magic find. But that's 0.5% and not 0.5 strength. They nerfed the Ammonite Pet Sea Creature chance, buffed the Dolphin Pet, and the Flying Fish. They gave the Skada Pet at the Legendary Rarity a new perk that gives you extra gemstone powder. They buffed the Golem, Phoenix, and Endermite Pet, and they changed the Lion and Tiger Pet to be additive instead of multiplicative in their extra damage perk. They buffed XP from all types of wolves, so the ones in the wolf cave in the park and the ones in the castle over there. For some reason, they also nerfed the NPC price of Mithril from 10 coins to 8 coins. Mithril already made less coins than gemstones, but now it's much worse. At the end of the update's patch notes, the admins gave a timeline on which updates are going to be released next. Some of the next updates that are going to be added are an End Island quality of life update, a Kudra update, the Garden update, which is a farming update, the Skyblock levels update, which is basically Bed Wars levels, but for Skyblock, it's leveled up by leveling up any skill or bestiary or anything like that. And also some new bits items, which I think they said at some point they were going to add some dyes for 250,000 bits. So that's why I'm saving up bits. And then they also said that the Wizard Portal and the Foraging update are coming at some point in the future, but not very soon. Also, Mayor Barry now appears in the Wizard Tower, and he says he's not running for mayor anymore, and he's working on something else. So this update nerfed a lot of skill XP. It also nerfed fishing speed and a lot of pets. So it added a lot of new things, but I think overall this update is kind of negative because there's just huge skill XP decreases because of the additive skill wisdom. Also, when the update was released, Skyblock went into maintenance for like 5 hours, and then the auction house and Bazaar were down for a few more hours.